this is Jim Starkweather, the publisher of KitMaker Network, and also of Model Warships. But we're here today to look at a warship from the World of Warships series that Italeri is releasing. They call this Action Stations from the highly anticipated online naval game. And this is the German Bismarck in 1/700 scale. Just a real quick kind of, for those of you not familiar with the game, World of Warships has been around for a year or two now, and it's an online arcade-like game simulator. I wouldn't call it a full simulator, but obviously it tries to simulate in an arcade way a naval battle. It's on a small scale, obviously, and the ships are generally on the map very close together, but I've been playing it, and it is a pretty good time. It is a free-to-play game. You can spend money on it, of course. Free-to-play games are never really free-to-play completely, but if you're really diligent about it, I suppose you could. This kit, though, is most likely a re-release of a previously released Italeri kit. I'm going to be covering this as more of a World of Warships release, simply because I feel like the people who are going to be watching this are more than likely people who are going to be finding it because they play the game. So for those of you hardcore scale modelers out there, I do kind of apologize in advance, but yeah, I'm gonna get all fanboy here on some of the things when I open it up. So just a little bit of an apology in advance. So it says that this one includes a ship's guide, including historical references and in-game tips for World of Warships. It has 3 invite codes, a 7-day premium for 7 days of premium account, and 1,000 doubloons. This is so you can give it to your friends and get them to play. And then for yourself, it has a bonus code with the Diana Tier 2 Premium, which normally you have to pay for premium, so that's a value. A port slot, which is normally also 300 gold doubloons in the game. That's a valuable thing. And 500 signal flags, which those you can kind of get through the game when you play. It's not so much. You can pay for them, but they have packages and stuff. But you can also get them for free in the game. And then it comes with a poster with Bismarck artwork, liquid cement for plastic kits. So this looks like that actually includes some cement too. It does, as it says, includes the bonus code there. They have some, this is the artwork, I guess, you get in the box, or on the side of the box. It shows you the artwork that you're going to get, the one I just mentioned. It does have some shots of the ship, both side and top views. Notice the swastikas are missing, of course. And then it has some of their other releases on here, the IJN Otago and the USS Essex, also in 1/700 scale. They show the decal sheets on here as well. So let's go ahead and open this up. It's, as I said, 1/700 scale. I'm going to have to break the seals. Didn't think of that before They don't usually seal stuff up for Italeri. I'm not sure why. Maybe because the codes are in here. They automatically seal these up. They don't want people breaking into the boxes easily. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and keep my little thing like this so I can kind of keep it all together. So a nice Bismarck and World of Warships decal sheet. So we pretty much know right off the bat this is a different decal sheet than it originally came potentially with this release. This is 46501. I am making an assumption, of course, that it's a previously released kit, but I'll do a little digging after I do this video just to check, and I'll definitely put it in the description, or maybe add an addendum, a note to it if it is a new release. But I'm pretty sure they would have just pulled a release they already had to then brand it with this. The instructions obviously go through some of the best ways to build models. Let's see, what's this side? Actually, it's in multiple languages here, but this says advice for assembly of your first model kit. So obviously they're targeting, new modelers, younger kids, or even adults that maybe never built a model before, but because they played the game, they're looking at maybe getting into modeling. I will kind of add for the people who play World of Tanks and World of Warships that, ironically, World of Tanks and Wargaming came to us originally on Armorama and asked for some advice even before the game launched. They were looking for information about, tanks and weathering on tanks and what we thought would be, a good game that included tanks and so forth. So they really were trying to gain information or get feedback from the community, the scale modeling community about it. So this instructions obviously go pretty straightforward. They have a parts overlay here. They've got the overlay continues through this section and shows all the different parts included. It looks like it is a one-piece hull, I want to say, or is it a two-piece? No, it's a two-piece hull. Well, 3 pieces with the top deck, obviously. And then they go through some of the, looks like maybe the bridge section, and other of the superstructure and guns. So you're really, by step 3, boy, you're getting into a lot of detail here. So this is going to be a pretty easy kit for the most part to put together. And step 7, step 8, some of the under workings of the ship, and then the stand, which the Bismarck and World of Tanks decals go on to. And then they, again, have some instructions here for placement of decals, and they have an oversheet here with decal placement and potential painting and markings. So pretty straightforward stuff. Here's the World of Warships guide, which again, as they said, is going to include information about how to play the game, simulator, RPG, strategy, action sections, the German battleship Bismarck, which should be in the game soon. They actually only have the Tirpitz in the game right now, which is a premium, but they are going to be launching all the battleships, German battleships, into the game. And they have American battleships, no Russian battleships, but American, Japanese, a few British, or at least one British, the Warspite, and am I forgetting some other country that has battleships? No, I don't think so. But probably soon, I would imagine limited Russian battleships will get in, and probably a lot of paper plan battleships. This game does that a lot. If you like paper panzers, or I don't know what the theoretical ships are called, but yeah, these games have them in spades when you get up, especially when you get up to higher tiers. So they talk about the Essex and basically all the different ships they've released in this series, which is only the 3 of them. And they have some tank releases as well. We'll be going over the Panther release for that one in 1/56 scale as well. So here is the glue they talked about, which is a liquid glue, it looks like. Is it sealed? No, it's not sealed. So a little bit of brush there. Simple brush application. Not sure who makes this glue for them, obviously, but it got the Italeri brand on it. So, and quickly, let's look at the plastic. It's in one giant bag. Actually, before we open the plastic, let's just take a look at the zip holster. It is folded in half, so it's not. It looks like it's kind of tactically folded, though, because you probably could get away with straightening this and not having too much of an issue with that fold crease line in the middle. But it's a nice representation there of the Bismarck. Not sure where they got the illustration from, but it looks like it's a detailed CAD model, probably the one they used for the original ship design, I'm guessing. All right, let me go ahead and open this up and use my trusty cutter. So, removing it from the bigger bag, we get smaller bags. Oh, this one doesn't want to come out. It's like connected. There we go. Looks like it got pinched at the same time it was sealed. Okay, so we've got lots of little small parts here. We'll go there in a second. Let's get down to the hull. Alright, so the hull pieces. Goodness. So much opening. For people who like to open stuff. Let's move that bottom of the box. Okay, so what do we got? We got a upper section of the hull. Looks very nice and finely crisped. This actually could be a new release. This looks really, really modern in terms of production, molding, and stuff. So I'll try to find a date on here, but yeah, it's usually we don't get dates except if we're dealing with Tamiya. So yeah, I apologize if my mic keeps going. Let me reposition my mic a little bit here. Here we go. Probably shook that around a bit, but there we go. All right, so yeah, it looks good. Let me try to hold this up to the camera if we can get some detail here. If not, there will be photos towards the end of this review. So if you want to see like photos of detail, close-up parts, I will have those. They're just yeah, they're going to come at the end. So this is mostly my feedback, my professional feedback. I've been doing this for years. So oh wow, the hull is in 2 parts. So yeah, 2-part hull. So you're going to have a seam line down the middle, which isn't too big of an issue, being that it's on the bottom, obviously. And then the deck section is also in 2 pieces. And there is some, some definite wood grain or wood panel, I'm not sure, not panel lines, but I guess wood lumber, I don't know, flooring lines, I guess. And it looks pretty good. Again, these sprue bits seem rather large, so maybe this is. I mean, it's marked 1700 Bismarck Tirpitz on the. Oh wait, here's a date. Oh no, it says Bismarck there. I don't know why it says 1700 Bismarck Tirpitz here, and then just Bismarck here. So I'm not sure why that is. Yeah, but there's no other markings that I can see on here. So again, I'll have to look this up later on just to see, like is this similar to the previous released plastic? But we will find that out. All right, let me open up this one. And because these parts are so small, again, if you want to flip to the detailed photos towards the end, by all means, because I know that these sections of the reviews with just mostly me kind of giving limited feedback and banter here, but it's just really hard to get these, in this case, a video camera, to capture really small detail for a 700 ship. Photos can do it a lot easier, but yeah, a lot of the guns are single-piece guns. Oops, hit camera. Try not to do that. I'm going to take a look real quick here. I'll be right. All right, so as I saw on a Dragon release recently, there are actual hollowed-out holes on the fronts of these main guns. So that's for 700 scale. That's really good. I mean, the Scharnhorst that I was doing the review on, that's a 1/350th, and I think it was some of the smaller guns, not the primary guns that had the hollowed-out sections. But I mean, let me look on the even smaller guns here. Yeah, I'm going to say this has to be a slightly new-ish release, because even these smaller guns have, pin-sized holes in them. So that's not what we used to have. Years ago when I was young, guns would have just been flat, cut off, no holes whatsoever. So you are getting some really, I think, at least fairly detailed bits on this for at least, especially the guns and the weapons. A lot of times people will go to aftermarket brass guns and things like that, because they would have actual holes where the shots came out, where the shells would eject from the primary guns and so forth, and even the smaller guns. But yeah, and I'm going to say these small ones can't possibly have holes, right? By the way, I'm checking these in my magnifying glass, so I actually had to break out my Optivisor for that one. But yeah, these are kind of rounded even on the ends, so no such luck on those small ones. But I didn't think they could do it on those anyways. Now in this one we have some clear, which is probably planes or such. Yeah, we have some of the small boats, small craft, and some of the scout planes or spotting planes. Not sure what was on this, or even fighters. And then I think those are some of the small bits, like even, are those anchors? Not sure why you would do those in clear, but yeah, probably my eyes are probably failing me on that one. And then, of course, some of the additional superstructure. And again, this all looks pretty good, so I wish they kind of did date these, because I think they would actually benefit from people being able to kind of time place them and so forth. And this is also, this, kind of speaks new to me, the way these sprues are, just the way they look and so forth. And Italeri is actually investing, I think, in a lot of new molds, so that's a good thing. It could be that maybe even Wargaming itself might have gone, yeah, no, we don't want you to do the old kit. We want you to actually, make something new. So, or they could have released this kit a few years back and it's just being re-released with the branding on it. Yeah, mast here, that looks nice. Some of the small detail in the funnel. I think one of the funnel tops, that looks very nice. You can see there's a lot of small detail here with the conning towers and such as well. Here's one of the upper superstructure sections. And they got some nice lattice kind of effect there. And that all looks good. And here's some of the small side walls of the superstructure. They look very nicely detailed as well. So that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and take a look at those photos, and then we will come back and conclude. well, I hope you enjoyed the quick little inbox preview there of the Italeri Bismarck in 1/700 scale with the World of Warships branded release. Again, this is Kit 46501, so take a look for it. It's been recently released, and if you're either play the game or think you might want to get into the game, the bonus codes and stuff that are included are a nice little addition, and certainly worth actual money as well. So that's a nice thing that they've mated those two things together if you want to do both. And appreciate any feedback or questions, suggestions. Put them down in the comments section. Of course, if you can leave a like, we would like that as well. And if you liked this review, please stay tuned, and we will have more. They are on the way. Thanks for watching.